But like I said, that's like, and then fruit. I've never bought fruit. The closest thing I ever bought to a fruit is a watermelon. But now I have to have strawberries, anything, peaches, whatever. I'm like, what the hell is they all did to me? And he's like, well, that's a positive change. And I'm like, no, that's an expensive change. Me and the doc, insulin. I'm back on the insulin. And I told him it took me like 2.5, 3 months to wean myself off of this crap. And they've been put me right back on it. And he's like, well, you're just going to have to stay on it this time. And now they got me on like 60 units 2 times a day. And that's 120 units of insulin. Do you know how much money that is? That is a lot of money. Fortunately, insurance is handling most of it and stuff, but still, I got to pay a portion of it. And I told the doc, listen, you got to bring that long acting down a little bit or something. And he's like, well, for right now, I go, no, listen, you got to listen. My wallet has got to be able to pay for your prescriptions or something ain't gonna work. So we'll do this for now. I'm hearing you stay on the medicine, do what they say, but the next time I come see you, which is in about 3 weeks, we are gonna have to find some parity between my wallet and your prescriptions. I truly believe that doctors squeezing my own orange juice, I never thought about that either. That sounds like work though. Hey, Becky, have you thought about squeezing orange? She just threw something out down the hallway. I guess she ain't squeezing any orange juice. Oh, my God. Oh, she didn't break that while she was throwing something down the damn hallway. Like I said, nobody's above an ass whooping around here, including me. Saying something stupid like that qualified me for one. I went in there and was proud of myself. I made eggs and I fried them. We had a couple of pieces of ham I sliced thin, fried it up in the skillet. Now the thing is when Becky does it, she gets one pan. She has a little bitty bowl to do eggs and stuff. Somehow I managed in this process to mount up at least a whole sink full of dishes and stuff to make one plate of a couple of eggs, some fried ham, and a little bit of muffin thing that I tried to make. And needless to say, she doesn't let me back in the kitchen trying to cook anymore. I was proud of myself. I made me a good little breakfast, and she's just like, the hell just happened to me? There was no dishes in it at all. And I'm sitting there eating on one plate with a sink full of dishes and stuff. And just like, she's like, if I thought you could stand long enough, you'd do these damn dishes. I said, don't worry about it. And I got one of the kids to do it. Needless to say, my kids have not been happy with me the whole time. They're glad that I'm home. They love me to death, but they have not been happy with me the whole time. Yeah. We got here, and I've been hearing about how house was cleaned up. I come here, it looked like somebody chucked hand grenades in every room. And I'm still like, the fuck happened here? Like, what the? Everybody was living like nomads and shit. It looked like the Lord of the Flies in this house, man. And I'm sitting there like, all right. And it's like, well, we can't get one room clean. I'm like, it's obvious y'all need directions. So I slept on it. I had to sleep on it. I went in my room. I cleared my little area of my room. I went to my computer room. I cleared my little desk off. And I was just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, I got to sleep on this because I don't want to go in it enraged. Next morning, I woke everybody up like a drilling stuff down. Like, this is what we're doing. We are going to stay in this room until everything is clean. And they was like, well, I'm going to go in the kitchen. No, we're not doing dishes. We're not going to wash clothes. We're staying in this room until it's clean if it's dirty. And it's like every time they said they were done, I go stand in the door, look around. What do you see? And they go, well, there's some paper over there. They go get it. Needless to say, I've got the living room clean, and then the next morning I was like, and now we're going to start on the kitchen. I got my table clean, but keeping my table clean has been like World War III around here. It's like they are not trying to keep that table clean for anything. And the other day they got mad at me because I walked in there and I just shoved everything off the table into the floor. And you know the rule, if it's on the floor, it's gotta go. That is, you don't know how close that is. I'm sitting there like, who are you? What has been happening here? Hold on, and here's the bad part. The neighbor comes over, and my niece, and she looks around and she's like, well, I can tell Rob's home. I'm like, you damn skinny, because I ain't sitting in this one. And then it's like, I started hearing that they started having to work full schedules because summer's in full swing. So I had to ease up on them. The thing is I'm going to have to get that GoPro cam going so I can walk you through the back of the house. It's like the front of the house is somewhat straight. My room, I finally got my room cleaned. I did that myself. I couldn't really argue with everybody else with my room look. But my room was messed up, and I don't know why. I left my room somewhat reasonable, but somebody chucked a hand grenade here. My fish was so happy to see me come home. He didn't know what to do. He was just like, oh, he's back. I can get fed on time. And